Good afternoon. I, Dr. Neeraj Kumar Sethia, Head CIES DIT University, welcomes you all in this live webinar on Hangout with Successful Startup. I here, on behalf of CIES DIT University, Dehradun, heartily welcomes all of our viewers and speaker of this session. Proceeding to further, let me brief you about this webinar. We are organizing this webinar to inspire and motivate all of our viewers, including students, faculties, and innovators looking to initiate any startup. In this contest, we have three entrepreneurs in our guest panel who are closely associated with CIES DIT University Dehradun. This program consists of four main parts, including introduction of speaker, general question with speaker, a specific question with speaker from our team, a specific question with speaker with our viewer. Viewer can also ask their question by putting their question in question pane provided in their screen. Now, without taking much of your time, I hereby introduce you all of our speaker for today's session. We have Mr. Siraj Imam from Magnus Technology, Mr. Vinova Gautam from Hey Hungry team, Mr. Taranjeet from Invocon Solution Limited. Now I invite Mr. Siraj. Siraj, please introduce about you and about your startup. Please, Siraj.
Thank you very much, Dr. Neeraj, for inviting me in this webinar. I'm really honored to be here and back to my alma mater. So people who do not know about me, I would like to tell them that I am a pass out from DIT. So I did my engineering from DIT Dehradun, and I'm really happy to be back here virtually. And hello, everyone, all those attendings who are here. I'm also honored to be a part with my fellow entrepreneurs, Mr. Vinova and Taranjeet. I have a company called Managix Technology, and I have another company called eMedix. So Managix Technology is a web and mobile application development company. We provide web portals, web platforms, frameworks, and develop web mobile applications for our clients. Some of the clients include Government of India, IIT Delhi, Pradhan, ADPC, Government of Bihar in India, and many clients abroad as well. eMedix is my another startup. It deals with online delivery of medicines and healthcare products, and we also provide healthcare services. My other company, eMedix, is located in Patna, Bihar, and we are working in Patna, Darbhanga, Gaya, Jamshedpur, Ranchi, and Bhagalpur. And you will know more about me during this webinar, so I want this to be very brief. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Siraj. Now, moving to our next speaker, Mr. Vinova. Vinova, please introduce about you and your startup.
Thank you, Neeraj sir, for inviting me over here. Basically, we have a startup called Hey Hungry. It is a late-night food delivery system, mainly designed for students. We had to scratch our own itch as it was our own problem. So it is many times it is better to scratch or solve any problem that you face only. तो हमने हे हंग्री ऐसे शुरू किया था कि हमें रात में खाने का कोई प्रॉपर कोई भी सोर्स नहीं मिलता था, तो एज ए एक्सपेरिमेंट इसे शुरू किया गया, एज ए जस्ट हॉबी शुरू की गई. हमें रिस्पांस अच्छा मिला, हमें लगा कि अभी भी इस मार्केट में पोटेंशियल है, जबकि उस टाइम तक फूड पांडा, स्विगी और जोमेटो मार्केट में इंटरेक्ट कर चुके थे. तब भी रात का जो मार्केट था एक टाइप से अनटैप था, जो अभी तक कंटिन्यू हो नहीं रहा है. तो उस वजह से हम लोग इस प्लान पे प्रॉपर कम्युनिकेट करते हैं और इसको अभी तक यहाँ तक ट्रांसलेट करके ले आ पाए हैं. हमें एक सीड राउंड फंडिंग हो चुकी है और हमारा एम है कि इस साल तक हमें उसे 10 किचन तक एक्सपेंड करना है. अभी हम करेंटली 3 किचन से ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं. थैंक यू सर. I would like to pass on.
Thank you, Vinova. Now moving to our last speaker, Mr. Taranjeet Singh. Taranjeet, please introduce about you and your company.
So thanks a lot, Dr. Sethia. So first of all, for those of you joining us today, welcome. I appreciate you for taking your time and being here today. And thank you CII ESDIT for having me here. I'm Taranjeet Singh, co-founder and CEO of Invocon Learning Solutions Private Limited, and also the founder and CEO of TVAP Agri Innovations Private Limited. I'm the member of the Head Start Network Foundation Dehradun chapter and the founding member and member of the board of governors of Agri-Business Incubator Pantnagar. Also, I'm closely related with CII ESDIT and working very closely with them. So, introducing my first startup, it's Invocon Learning Solutions. So, what we are doing here is taking the requirements from the companies, converting these requirements into real-time hands-on projects, providing these projects to the students in colleges by establishing Center for Project-Based Learning in their institution itself, and providing one-to-one mentorship to the students from elite mentors from elite institutions and companies as well. So when the students complete these projects, so they are eligible to sit for the direct interviews of the companies. So the companies recruit from these selected students who have completed the projects on as per their talent force requirements. So the company need not to provide the 6 or 3 months of training and development. So the company can save their cost on that, as well as the company can bring down their cost by hiring during the hiring process. Moving ahead to the second company, that is TVAP Agri Innovations. It's an agri-tech company. What we are integrating technology with hydroponics to bring about a concept of urban farmers. So we are converting the urban dwellers into urban farmers, and not just bringing food into your plate. We are actually bringing agriculture into your house. So that was it. Looking forward to have a fruitful session. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Taranjeet. Moving to next part of our program, Siraj, I have some question related to startup, and I believe that your response definitely motivate all of our viewer. Siraj, I want to know about your journey from employee to employer.
Thank you very much, Dr. Neeraj. This journey has been has a lot of ups and downs in my life. So the passion or the vision to become an entrepreneur or to give something back to the society was there with me since my early school days and early college days. So when I was I completed my class 12th and I met a person called Danish. He's a very good friend of mine. In 2003 and beginning of 2004. So we decided to launch a company called GoAd at that time. We were very young, but we had that, inclination. We had to do something of our own self. And that GoAd company used to provide advertisement solutions and marketing solutions to companies. So we didn't have a lot of advertising opportunities available in the market. It was all banners, posters, codings, etc. at that time. But fortunately or unfortunately, before we actually launched the company, we got admitted into engineering. So I joined DIT Dehradun and he joined college in Bangalore, and we got separated. And then our journey started. We got placed, and then I started my career with EA Games in Hyderabad. I was working there. After EA Games, I quit EA Games and joined a company called Deloitte. I was working over there for some time. Around 2014, I started to talk to that same person, Danish, again when he was in Bangalore. He also completed his engineering. He was working in Bangalore, and we connected over there. We had a couple of talks. I went to Bangalore, and then that passion or that inclination towards starting a business, becoming an entrepreneur, solving problems of the society, of the country, was always there with us. So we interacted, and then I decided to quit Deloitte and then started my company called Managix Technology. We worked together for a couple of years, and then the idea of online medicine came to us in the year 2015. And we launched the company called eMedix. This is a part of Managix Technology, and it started working in Patna. In 2016, we went operational. And during this, we had a lot of struggles. We had a lot of problems, blockers that we faced. I do not want to discuss that at length, but maybe when you ask some questions, I will put it into consideration. That has been my overall journey from becoming an employee to becoming an employer and to start my entrepreneurship journey. And it has been a lot of ups and downs. We have faced failures, we have faced successes, but people who go on after failure are the one who succeed.
Siraj, it's really interesting. It will definitely encourage all of our viewers. Siraj, now as you begin your startup, but I understand that during your startup journey, you have faced lot of problems. So I want to know what is your biggest problem during your journey and how you face that problem and how you solve that problem.
Okay, so the biggest problem, so we faced two problems that I want to tell everyone who is planning to start their company or have a startup. Number one was, while I was working in Deloitte, I was at a very comfortable level, and I had a lot of responsibilities from family, from friends, and they were being taken care by Deloitte monetarily, of course. And I was very much at ease. My friend over there in Bangalore, he was also very much at ease. The moment I quit my job and started my company, within few months, I started to face a lot of restriction, a lot of problems, because I had a lot of liability on me when I was in the job. So the thing that I would have done before quitting my job was to get rid of those liabilities. It might include, debts that I might have or someone might have. It might include my credit cards. It might include my extravagancy or extravagant expenses. Now, I am really being true over here. Most of the people, and Binova and Taranjeet will agree to me, that when you start your entrepreneurship journey, you face a lot of problems. And one of the biggest problems that we face is monetary wise, if we do not have funding. And to be very true, people do not invest in your idea. People will invest only when you have some traction, you have some valuable product, and people then invest in you. So to create that traction and to create that valuable product, you have to put your own efforts, both time wise and both money wise. And that was the biggest challenge that we faced, because we were not mentally prepared for that this might also come to us. We were very much at ease, and we thought our idea is the best idea that can come in the market, and it will sell like this. I will go to investors, I will pitch, and they will say, take my 1 million. But that didn't happen. And that doesn't happen to many people, not even to Flipkart, not even to housing.com, not even to big companies that we know right now who are unicorns and $1 million and $1 billion companies. That never happened. We have to struggle. So that was the biggest struggle we had. Number two, we thought, now this perception comes in everyone's mind when he works on a project. He thinks that this is the best he can do, and this is the best product available in the market. So when he goes in the market, he will always think that this is the best. I'm the best. So I have this feature which people do not, other companies do not have. This feature with other products do not have. So this mindset, what happens is we try to make our product perfect, and we waste a lot of time in improving our product rather than going in the market. And when we do not go in the market, we will not start earning money or will not start traction. And that is the biggest mistake that anyone can do. And we also did that with eMedix. We took a lot of time to launch, and we wasted a lot of time in improving the product. So what I would suggest to young entrepreneurs right now is that if you have any idea in your mind and you are waiting to go to some company and take some experience and come back and then start your company, I think now is the right time to do it. You do not have liability if you are a student. You do not have responsibilities if you are a student. You do not have people on your back, and you can work very freely. The fourth most important thing is that you have a lot of friends, and you need a team to work on a startup. Right now, when you are in college, you have a lot of friends. You can get 5 to 6 people right now. You talk to 10 people, 5 to 6 of your friends will agree to start working on your idea. Start early, start soon, number one. Number two, do not waste time in going into the market. If you have an MVP, minimum viable product, go in the market, start traction, and then improve your product. These are the two blockers I faced, and I would like to mention these. Hope people do not make these mistakes again.
Thanks, Siraj. Thanks for providing real insight of market, real insight of startup, what any startup can face. This will definitely motivate all of our viewer regarding startup initiation. In last, I also come to know that you are also mentoring some startup. Here I want to know how any startup is selected for mentorship.
Okay, so this has started way back in 2017. I was called as a mentor to one event of Heads Startup Weekend Patna, not Head Start. I always get confused. So it's Startup Weekend in Patna, and so Startup Weekend is a 3-day event where students and people who are interested in entrepreneurship or starting their own company or some startup, they get a hands-on experience over there. So they come from different cities, stay over there for 3 days. They brainstorm on idea, they work on idea, and then they form a team if they do not have a team. And mentors and judges come over there. They come to know about idea validation, assumptions. They come to know about what traction is required, how much projection is required during that event. So my mentorship journey started from there. So I became a mentor over there. Few of the startups who I mentored and had a face-to-face conversation, 2 of them approached me to be mentor after the event as well. So I selected one of them and started my mentoring them, and they have passed the incubation stage, and they are doing very good. The other startup that I'm mentoring right now, sorry, I cannot take the name of this startup because it is under NDA. So the other startup that I'm mentoring right now are working on another idea. They are due in the incubation period right now. So that is how I'm mentoring people. What I would suggest is, if you are looking for a mentor, look for a mentor who is inclined towards your idea or on the theme that you are working on. So for example, I'm more into technology, marketing, business management, marketing management, digital marketing. But someone like Taranjeet is more into agriculture and education. So if your startup idea is more in towards technology side, I might be one of your mentors or someone else who has already worked on this. Taranjeet might help you with education, or Binova might help you with logistics, because I understand how difficult it is to deliver food, especially on time and within that committed level. Really great, Binova. So someone like this guy. So what I call mentoring, हिंदी में एक कहावत है, हम लोग हमेशा बोलते हैं कि बुद्धिमान व्यक्ति वो होता है जो अपनी गलतियों से सीखता है, और चतुर वो होता है जो दूसरों की गलतियों से सीखता है. तो मेंटरशिप का जो प्लान है और जो प्रोग्राम है वो यही है कि हम लोगों ने एज ए स्टार्टअप, हम लोगों ने पिछले 5-7 साल में जो गलतियां की हैं, आप वो दोबारा ना दोहराओ और हमारी गलतियों से सीखो, एंड हम आपको गाइड कर सकें आपके स्टार्टअप सक्सेसफुल होने में. यही मेंटरशिप का प्रोग्राम है सर, एंड राइट नाउ आई एम इन्वॉल्व with 2 startups.
Thank you, Siraj. Your answer definitely gives insight about mentorship and how anyone who want to initiate his startup can get mentor, how he can prepare for mentorship, and how can he get definite solution from one experienced hand. So now moving to our next speaker, Mr. Binova. Binova, as everyone says that there is an idea behind any startup. What is your view on that?
Sir, idea is a crucial part for any startup. जब भी कोई स्टार्टअप शुरू करेंगे तो एक आइडिया होना, बेसिक आइडिया होना जरूरी होता है, लेकिन जरूरी नहीं है कि वो फाइनल आइडिया ही हो आपका. हमारे केस में जैसे कि हमारा सिर्फ आइडिया ये था कि रात को खाना पहुंचाना है, कहाँ से पहुंचाना है, कैसे पहुंचाना है, क्या मार्जिन होंगे, कैसे बनना, वो कुछ हमें क्लियर नहीं था. स्टेप बाय स्टेप हमें पता चलते गया. जैसे हमने फर्स्ट डे जब हमने खुद को लिस्ट किया तो पहला ऑर्डर आया, दूसरा ऑर्डर आया. पहले तो हमें विश्वास नहीं हुआ कि ऑर्डर आ भी सकते, फर्स्ट डे पे भी ऑर्डर आ सकते हैं. तो उसने बताया कि हाँ वहाँ नीड तो है लोगों को. तो एक आइडिया का वैलिडेशन हमें मार्केट से मिला. तो इम्पोर्टेंट ये भी होता है कि हम आइडिया को वैलिडेट करते हैं मार्केट से. ये नहीं कि हाँ एक हाई एंड प्रोडक्ट बनाएंगे, फिर मार्केट में आएंगे। जरूरी नहीं है कि वो चीज पब्लिक एक्सेप्ट ही करे, तो वो सारा मेहनत बेकार हो सकता है। तो उससे बढ़िया होता है कि जस्ट एक MVP लेके, जो सिराज सर ने कहा, हमने 3 दिन में एक MVP रेडी की, उसे लॉन्च किया, 2-3 पोस्टर्स हॉस्टल में डाले और वो ऑर्डर्स आने शुरू हुए। तब तक हमें कुछ नहीं पता था कि हाँ सेलर एग्रीगेटर मॉडल रखना है या हमें किचन से टाई अप करना है, ऐसा कुछ भी क्लियर नहीं था। धीरे धीरे थ्रू आउट द जर्नी हमें क्लियर होने लगी, हाँ ये करना है, ये नहीं करना है। तो आइडिया इज नॉट द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट होता है विजन, कि आपको किस डायरेक्शन में मूव करना है। ये आपका प्रोडक्ट हुआ, ये आपका विजन हुआ, आपको उसको अपने टीम के साथ कम्युनिकेट करना होगा कि हाँ ये हमारा विजन है और हम यहाँ मूव कर रहे हैं। एक एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं कि बहुत बार लोग आइडियाज को ऐसे नकार देते हैं कि अच्छा वो कंपनी तो कर ही रही होगी या वो कंपनी तो कर ही लेगी। जस्ट लाइक एग्जांपल है कि जब बाइक शेयरिंग मतलब बाइक टैक्सी वाला सीन आया तो ओला ने ये शुरू किया था। तो जब रैपिडो आई तो लोग कह सकते थे कि हाँ वो नहीं चलेगी क्योंकि उससे बड़ी कंपनियां पहले से इस मार्केट में है। लेकिन रैपिडो ने एक पर्टिकुलर नीश को एक नैरो अप्रोच उन्होंने ये किया, और सेम आइडिया जो लोग ऐसे कहते हैं कि हाँ फिजिबल नहीं है, उस पर उन्होंने बिजनेस करके दिखाया है। तो कभी भी एक आइडिया पे नैरो अप्रोच, एक कंसंट्रेटेड अप्रोच आपको सक्सेस दिला सकता है उस आइडिया को आगे परस्यू करने में।
थैंक यू विनोबा। डेफिनेटली अगर किसी आइडिया किसी के दिमाग में आता है तो उस आइडिया को मार्केट में चेक करना उसका सबसे बड़ा इम्तिहान होता है, और मार्केट में वो आइडिया कितना खरा होता है वो उसकी पहचान होती है, और उसी पहचान से स्टार्टअप की पहचान बनती है। तो थैंक यू विनोबा फॉर प्रोवाइडिंग सच ब्यूटीफुल वर्ड्स। नाउ मूविंग टू अवर नेक्स्ट स्पीकर मिस्टर Taranjeet. Taranjeet, what it takes to start any company? If anyone want to start company, what he should take?
So thanks a lot, sir. So briefly, I'll discuss about 2 of the factors that takes what it takes to start a company. 2 of the major factors. Also, meanwhile, I would like to discuss what it takes to become an entrepreneur by heart and by mind before you start your company. So there's a difference between the two. So the first thing is, the first factor that I would like to consider is will. So if you're dreaming about starting your own company, but you don't exactly know what it is and what you want to do, or if it's even the right time, you use your time to study. So starting a fast growing tech business is incredibly challenging and requires a variety of skills. So the time you take to study reaches allows you to explore your talents and find the one thing you really excel at. So it's one of the major factor कि अगर चीज करनी है तो करनी है. There is no other way out. There is no other second option. And the next big thing that I would like to consider here is your team. So your team is your company, and it's also the soul of your venture. So the average of 5 people you spend your time with most of your time. So you are that is what you become. So choose the right team, have the will to do it, and start early. That is what I would like to say. And moving ahead, and I would also like to discuss something that is equally important as your idea, product, or having a will to do something. That is the traits of an entrepreneur. Means if you're not a born genius or overachiever, like I'm not one, so what personalities actually make up entrepreneurs? The first and the foremost, and what I consider for myself, is discipline and honesty. Honesty towards yourself, and honesty and a fair game towards your teammates and the company you're running. So means a self-disciplined person is able to think beyond its limits. You will be able to push your limits beyond. And with a clear goal and approach, you can innovate with your working procedure and your approach towards your destination. So it will eliminate your addictions and laziness. Those are your arch enemies, of course. So those entrepreneurs are more innovative and passionate towards the business, and once there's self-discipline. The second is resilience or perseverance, as Siraj mentioned in his first words. So take the note, and it's an unfortunate fact that I would say that you are going to fail as an entrepreneur. Either going to fail as a company, or either you are going to fail in the process while building a company. So instead of giving up, an entrepreneur will learn from its failures. What went wrong? How can I learn from my mistakes? Means how can I succeed next time? So these are the type of questions an entrepreneur will ask themselves. So you don't stay down when the times are tough, and you are resilient and thrive of the negativity. There's a very famous quote: times don't last, tough blokes do. So obviously it fits very aptly. Next is flexibility. Flexibility as an individual and as a responsible executive while running a company. It's very important. So being able to adapt to changes and challenges is crucial for any business. Like in the current scenario of the pandemic that we are facing. So in fact, most entrepreneurs will inform you that their idea or business plan is drastically different than when it began. Let's take an example of Snapdeal. It started as a coupon company and ended with once a $5 billion company and an e-commerce giant. So an idea may be brilliant, but in reality, it isn't much effective. So you need to be flexible enough to make the adjustments to make that idea feasible. And lastly, what's important is your vision. So you need to see the opportunities everywhere. You need to be an innovator who is always on the lookout to either develop a new idea or improve an existing product or service. And there are chances that this might be the main reason why people become entrepreneurs in the first place. At the same point in their lives, you notice that there is something that could be better. So instead of just saying that something could be better wasn't enough, the entrepreneurs actually put a plan in motion. So they have the ability to see the future before it happens. Yeah, like I would like to share an experience of mine just yesterday. We are a company, an education technology company in business sphere as well. So we have to deal with the students we are intaking on our platform. We have to provide them 100% placement assistance, and for better results, we have to get them placed as well. So there was a fear before getting this current batch placed, that the job market is suffering and all the rumors like that. So yesterday I got the news. One of the accelerator based out in Bangalore, he called me and told me that we are hiring 2 of the students from your platform, and we are hiring them full time. We'll be paying them X amount of CTC, and let's take the deal forward, and we'll like to have this partnership way beyond. So yeah, so what I think is vision, of course, hard work, resilience or perseverance, and most importantly, discipline and honesty towards your idea. These are the important factors that an entrepreneur should develop before he goes on to work on his idea. That is, you should be an entrepreneur by heart and mind before you go into the market and take that title. Thanks.
Thank you, Taranjeet, for sharing your experience. Now, Taranjeet, one more question I have. Can you comment on how current situation of pandemic will affect startup funding in India?
Surely, sir, a very apt question in the current scenario. The pandemic has caused a drastic change in the consumer behavior. My fellow speakers will agree with me. So this isn't a short-term shift. So in fact, there will be change in business activities and, of course, the business model of companies. And as the data shows that so far in Q1 of 2020, Indian startups have raised about $2.5 billion compared to the Q1 of 2019 that raised around $3.6 billion last year in the same quarter. So this will have, of course, the deep ramifications on the current startup ecosystem. but we have to overcome our worries and self-doubt and keep working positively, and have to have a realistic and at the same time an optimistic approach towards what we are doing.
Thank you, Taranjeet. Now moving to our next part, where some specific question designed by our team I need to ask with you. Siraj, Ravi and Sanjay have query related to student entrepreneurship. Can you comment on that?
Sure, Dr. Neeraj. So, student entrepreneurship is one of the best things that someone can do in starting early. I was called by one organization, Chamber of Commerce America, based out of Calcutta, and they organized an event in Patna, and the topic of the event was starting early during college time. And people from NIT, IIT, students mostly in their third and final year of their engineering, and MBA people also joined that. So two of us were there. One was from IIT Kharagpur, and I was also there as one of the speakers. So why did they actually, organize this event and called all the students and make them to listen to us and asking them to start early? The biggest thing in starting early, and I will be talking about, very practical approach, that when you are in college during your third year or your fourth year of engineering or your final year of your graduation, and you have any idea that you want to work on, the biggest thing or biggest opportunity that you have, number one, is that you do not have any liability. You do not have any liability to fulfill. So you do not have rent to pay. You do not have your family to fulfill. You do not have to think about your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I'm being very practical over here. I'm not talking about, more philosophical approach. I'm being very practical. Starting early gives you a head start. Starting early in college gives you a lot of freedom. The best thing that can happen to you when you start in college or final year of your graduation is that you fail. The best thing, why I'm calling it the best thing, and my colleagues will agree to me, that when you fail, you learn from that failure. You learn from that failure and you improve yourself. Maybe down the line, after 10 years, you start your company like me, you quit your job and then start. You might not have that freedom to fail, or you might not be able to afford failure at that time. But right now, you fail. You fail every week, you fail every month. Every 6 months, you launch a new idea, you work on your new idea, and you fail. And it doesn't matter right now, because the best thing that you matter is that after failure, you do not stop. And that is what Taranjeet was saying, that you should be entrepreneur by your heart and by your mind. So failures will be there. आप लोग क्या समझते हो कि कभी धीरूभाई अंबानी या आपके कहते हैं मुकेश अंबानी, अनिल अंबानी, ये लोग फेल नहीं हुए हैं? बंसल, हमारे बिनी बंसल, सचिन बंसल, फ्लिपकार्ट के फाउंडर्स, वो लोग कभी फेल नहीं हुए हैं क्या? They have all failed and they have learned from their failure, and they kept on going after their failure, and that's why they have achieved such success. So the best thing that you can do right now is that you do not have liability, boss. You start early, you start today. The best thing, if you have any idea, or you think like Taranjeet, what he said, you can improve something, start working on that. Just not have that idea in your mind. Launch that idea. Talk to your seniors. Talk to someone who has already done startup. Talk to your EDC, Entrepreneurship Development Cell, or CIIES, which is doing wonderful with guiding you, mentoring you for your startup. That is the best thing that you can have right now. The second best thing that I mentioned is that, and what Taranjeet was pointing to, is that when you do a startup, you cannot do it alone. You need a team, and you need a team of trustworthy people who align with your idea with the same passion, same motivation, and same dedication. And that's what meant by what Taranjeet said, by heart and by mind. So you have that passion burning up, and you can see ideas fail, companies fail, but you do not fail. That is the crux of this. You do not fail. you keep on going, you change your idea, you pivot from your idea. So we also started something else. When I founded Managex Technology, we had a product which was giving solution to education industry, to schools and colleges. But we understood that this might not work. We have a lot of competition. People have already done it a lot of times. We need to pivot. So we pivoted that idea. We didn't stop. We pivoted that idea. So I would suggest is, if you have something in your mind right now that you want to work upon, approach CIES, approach your mentors, any startup, any senior from your college who has already completed, who have already gone into the market with their startup, have some traction. Approach them, discuss your idea, and they might be able to help. There is one more thing I wanted to point out. People think that if they discuss their idea with someone, people will copy their idea and they will start their own company out of that idea. That doesn't happen, my brothers and sisters. That doesn't happen. It is your idea. People might copy your idea, but they will not be able to copy your vision, what you have in your mind with that vision, with that idea. They will never be able to copy your vision. You have that vision. You know how to take this forward, how to scale up, how to make it big, how to become a unicorn. They will be able to copy the starting of your idea, but they will never be able to go up with you, the kind of motivation, the kind of dedication and vision you have. So discuss your ideas. Discuss your ideas. Do not keep it to yourself. This is the biggest mistake you can do. And start early, as I said, and start now.
Thank you, Siraj. Definitely, it ignites many minds of our viewers. Now, moving to Vinova. Vinova, Pallavi and Chetna want to know about your biggest learning during startup. Vinova.
जो सबसे बड़ी लर्निंग मुझे मिली इस जर्नी के दौरान, कि आपका पहला तो विजन क्लियर होना चाहिए कि आपको मूव किस डायरेक्शन में करना है. विजन आपको डायरेक्शन देगा. उसके अलावा बहुत बार आइडिया तो हमारे पास होता है, लेकिन वो विजन बनाने में काफी टाइम लग जाता है, क्योंकि विजन अचानक से क्लियर नहीं होता है. आपको रिस्पॉन्स मिल रहा है, जब जहां भी आपका प्रोडक्ट है वहां से आपको रिस्पॉन्स मिल रहा है, उस हिसाब से एक विजन आपको गढ़ना भी होता है. ठीक, तो बहुत बार हमें पता नहीं होता कि हम क्या है. तो आप इस तरीके से शुरू कर सकते हैं कि हम क्या क्या नहीं है. जैसे हमारे केस में था कि अच्छा हम क्या नहीं है, तो वी आर नॉट एग्रीगेटर्स. हम स्विगी जोमेटो नहीं है. हमने खुद को ऐसे डिफरेंशिएट किया कि हम स्विगी जोमेटो नहीं है. तो फिर क्या है, तो हम डोमिनोज भी नहीं है. तो इस तरह डिफरेंशिएट कर करके हमें अपनी यूनिक स्ट्रेटेजी मिली, जो हमारे विजन को जिसने क्लियर किया. तो बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आपका विजन हो, जो आपकी पूरी टीम समझ रही हो, वो उस डायरेक्शन में काम करने के लिए रेडी हो. तब जाके आपके एफर्ट्स एक डायरेक्शन में अलाइन होकर आपको प्रॉपर रिजल्ट देंगे. अगर फेलियर्स रास्ते में आते हैं, तो जैसे सिराज सर ने कहा कि वो कोई इशू है नहीं, क्योंकि फेलियर से आप सीखोगे. और जो हमने सीखा है कि बहुत टाइम तक, लगभग 1.5 साल तक हम इधर उधर हाथ पांव मारते रहे, कोई क्लियर ग्रोथ नहीं मिल रहा था. सिंपल एक ही रीजन था कि हमारे टीम के पास एक कांस्टेंट और एक क्लियर विजन नहीं था. हमने 6 मंथ का ब्रेक लिया, सबको बोला कि आप एक विजन के साथ आओ. हमने डिस्कस किया सारे विजन, उसको मिला के हमने कंप्लीट एक नया विजन तैयार किया. उसके बाद दोबारा से काम शुरू किया, तो वो रैपिडली ग्रो करने लगा. 5 मंथ मतलब लास्ट सितंबर में ही शुरू किया. अभी तो ये अप्रैल चल रहा है, तो ये 7 से 8 मंथ में अच्छा खासा ट्रैक्शन हमने जनरेट कर लिया. स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 1 किचन, हमने देहरादून में 3 किचन डाल दिए, और वी आर प्लानिंग टू एक्सपेंड टू कोटा एंड मेनी मोर सिटीज. सो विजन इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग आई वांट टू. सबके पास होना चाहिए. अगर नहीं है तो उसे बनाए. टाइम आपको मिलता है, आइडिया के साथ साथ अब विजन वो बनाए.
Thank you, Vinova. Now moving to Taranjit. Taranjit, Sunny and Riyansi want to ask doubt related to fear factor associated with any startup.
For sure, sir. So fear, worry, and self-doubt. So these are just some feelings that stop people from diving into the world of entrepreneurship. So starting a business is of course a major decision in life. So if you want to be successful, you have got to be willing to jump off the cliff, and you have to step out of your comfort zone. So in brief, डर आपको इस चीज का नहीं होना चाहिए कि फेल हो गया तो क्या हो. डर इस चीज का होना चाहिए कि अगर ट्राई नहीं किया चीज को आजमा के नहीं देखा, तो उसके बाद जो रिग्रेट वाली फीलिंग आएगी, उस चीज के साथ हम लाइफ में कैसे डील करेंगे? क्योंकि फेल होने के बाद आप स्टैंड दोबारा कर सकते हो, दोबारा स्टार्ट करके कुछ नया ट्राई करके, बट रिग्रेट वाली फीलिंग रहेगी कि उस मोमेंट पे मैंने स्टार्ट नहीं किया, तो ये आपके साथ पूरे लाइफ में रहती है। सो मीन्स सेडक्शन ऑफ सेफ्टी इज मच मोर पेरिलियस देन परसेप्शन ऑफ रिस्क। तो रिस्क इज कैलकुलेटेड, अनसर्टेनिटी इज नॉट। तो आप अगर कैलकुलेट करके चीज को कर रहे हो, आपके फेलियर्स के चांसेस कम रहेंगे और अनसर्टेनिटी होने के चांसेस भी कम रहेंगे।
Thank you, Taranjit. Now moving to next. Now I am picking some question from our viewer. So I am picking some question from viewer. A question from Jhalak Saini. He want to know how to just start making a project in these days. He need to start his healthcare company. So Siraj, can you comment on that? Siraj? Hello?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yes, so healthcare is a very big domain, not only in India, but across the world. And India is one of the leading companies in the world in providing healthcare, not only in providing healthcare services for doctors, but also in pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals is also one of the biggest domains that India lead right now. And you will agree with me, because very recently America asked India to actually export drugs in fighting corona or COVID-19. So starting a company, not only in healthcare, any company needs a plan. The first thing that you should do, and if possible, try to attend at least a startup weekend event if it is happening in Dehradun or somewhere. If not, then after this lockdown opens up, I would request CII ES to organize one startup weekend over there. I will help in facilitating that, so that the students in DIT benefit out of it. So when you go into this event, you will come to know how an idea turns out to become a startup. The first thing that you should do is work on your idea and create a plan. So in healthcare, Jhalak, I do not know what actually you want to do. Do you want to start something like Portia, or do you want to do something like 1mg, or do you want to do something in creating hospitals or clinics, or providing services to doctors, or providing services to people? I do not understand by your question, but what I want to tell you is that, number one, try to validate your idea, work on your idea, create a plan what you want to do with it. After creating a plan, try to validate the idea. First, validate it in your inner circle, friends and family amongst you, who might give you feedback. And if you get any negative feedback, do not get afraid out of it that this might not work. They haven't tried it, so they do not know whether it will work or not work. So do not get afraid of that. Take feedback from the first circle, then go to the second circle. People who are strangers, go in the market, ask them, ask some doctors, ask some pharmaceutical people who are working. You have a pharmacy department in DIT. If you are from DIT, go and ask the seniors over there. Go to the people who are the faculty who have come from the industry, from the experience from the industry. After validating your idea, you prepare a plan to launch an MVP. Your company or your solution can be a healthcare platform, an IT platform, or it can be an actual service providing company. For example, lab collection, sample collection. It can be an aggregator for doctors, or it can be something, some solution for the industry, because it is not clear right now. So you validate your idea, go to people, create a plan, try to launch an MVP. That is what I'm saying to everyone. Do not try to improve your product till death. Just launch in the market, start getting some traction, and then people will get interested in your idea, in your business. So So I will tell you one more thing. Now this question comes to everyone who has received the funding. How do you get the funding? Believe me, no one invests in your idea. No one. So I jokingly say that only 3 F's invest in your idea: friends, family, and fools. Only these 3 people will invest in your idea. No one will invest in your idea. You need to get some traction. You need to prepare a model, and then based on that traction, you show projection, and then only you get the investment into your company. So if you have an idea, Jhalak, start working on that idea, create a plan, present that plan to your family, friends, your seniors, your faculty, to entrepreneurs like Taran, you can call Taranjeet, Binova, pitch your idea, get feedback from them, improve it, and launch in the market. The biggest failure that you can have is not launching in the market or not working on your idea.
Thank you, Siraj. Now moving to next question. I have one question from Kasam Nagaria. Kasam Nagaria want to know, should we need to come with such unique quality product to stay longer in market? How much it will be beneficial for new startup, and what should be the strategy for initiation? Taranjeet, can you answer this?
Sure, sir. So, of course, having a unique product is important, but what my understanding of strategy is, I read it and I explore it, obviously. So you have 2 different things. When you start a company or when you put a product in the market, the first is cost differentiation, cost advantage, and second is the differentiation. The cost advantage is, for example, if let's say Coursera sells, or let's not take the name, let's say a company, education technology company X, sells a specific course on Microsoft Excel for $100, let's say, and the second company sells the course on MS Excel as well on in $150. The difference that comes here is that you have to be very good or very apt with the quality of your product. If the quality of the product with the company Y is better than company X, the customer will short he will agree to pay more if he is getting the value for his money. The first thing. Coming to the second thing, that is differentiation. How you stand out. Compare it with the competitors. You need to figure out your competitors. You need to figure out your target customers. Compare it with your competitors. How are you different? What they are doing, how we are doing. Never ever compare on the basis of the price value proposition. The first thing, compare on the types of services, compare on the type of products, the features, and the quality that you can deliver to them. So that was it. Moving ahead to how can we initiate it, like Siraj said, take or identify the competitive advantage that you can have over your competitors. Build a minimum viable product, and go ahead, hit the market as soon as you can, because opportunities don't wait for anyone, nor the market does. Meanwhile, while you work on your idea, any other company or any other entrepreneur might come with a similar idea, not exactly similar, but yes, of course, a bit similar to that. He might come up with an idea and might gain traction in the market, and you might lose the market share that you were supposed to get when you if you had started early. So these are the things. Bring about quality in your product, and bring about and measure or quantify how you are different from your competitors. Build that unique value proposition. Take the advantage of your competition and hit the market as soon as you can. That was it. So also you can reach out to me for strategy and product. And I'm working also as a mentor with the CIA ESDIT, so they are working fabulously, Dr. Sethi and Dr. UC Agrawal. So you can reach out to me from that channel as well. So I'll be happy to help. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Taranjeet. one more question from agriculture sector, and definitely I want to ask this question with Taranjeet because he is involved with agri business. So the question is from Dr. Devesh Tiwari. How important is organic or agriculture in terms of reward? So Dr. Devesh Tiwari want to ask how important is organic agriculture in terms of rewards?
Of course. So, sir, surely, sir, I would like to answer it. So, organic agriculture, as we are practicing in our hydroponic setup, the gizmos that we are producing, they are completely the organic. No inorganic nutrients or micronutrients are used there. So, what we are getting from the customers in the metropolitan cities is that the reviews are as such that you provide us with the fruits or you provide us with the gizmos, we can grow our own food, and the nutrients or the micronutrients should be organic, and for that they are able or they agree to pay a higher amount than what the hydroponically grown crops from the inorganic sources are. So obviously organic farming is a big market hit, and will fetch you great returns in terms of monetary and in terms of market value as well.
Thank you, Taranjeet. One more question from Dr. Sarika Bhattacharya, CH from ISF College Pharmacy, Moga. She want to know how to start a mineral water startup. We need to take any ISO certification for this? Mr. Vinova, can you answer this? For starting any mineral water
स्टार्टअप वैसे किस काइंड का बिस्लरी मतलब पैकेज्ड बॉटल्स या इस टाइप का? उसमें कुछ सर्टिफिकेशंस आपको कुछ बेंचमार्क्स तो फॉलो करने पड़ेंगे जो गवर्नमेंट के कुछ नॉर्म्स होते हैं, उतना तो बेसिक आपको फॉलो करना पड़ेगा. जैसे रेस्टोरेंट में हमें फसाई लाइसेंस ये सब, ये लाइसेंसेस आसानी से बन जाते हैं, 1 से 2 दिन में बन जाते हैं, उनमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं होता. लेकिन आपको क्वालिटी चेक और इन सब चीजों के लिए तो कोई ना कोई सर्टिफिकेशन की जरूरत पड़ेगी. अब मैं एग्जैक्टली मुझे नहीं पता कि मिनरल वाटर स्टार्टअप के लिए कौन से सर्टिफिकेशन लगते हैं, लेकिन
सर मैं आंसर करना चाहूंगा इस क्वेश्चन को.
डेफिनेटली तरंजीत.
तो देखिए मैम, मिनरल वाटर जो है जो मार्केट है, इसमें पहले से बहुत बड़े बड़े प्लेयर्स हैं. एक्वाफिना और बिस्लेरी है. एक्वाफिना पेप्सिको का है, मार्केट लीडर है वर्ल्ड बेवरेजेस. तो यहाँ पे जो चीज हमें यहाँ स्टार्ट करनी पड़ेगी वो होगा लोकल मार्केट को हिट करना, और इतने अब्रेप्टली हिट करना कि दूसरे ब्रांड के बारे में वो सोचे ना. मैं एग्जांपल देता हूँ कि अगर जब ये पेंडेमिक खुलता है, खुलने के बाद ऑब्वियसली लोग वेडिंग्स में इन्वेस्ट करेंगे, पहले थोड़ा कम इन्वेस्ट करेंगे लेकिन करेंगे. तो वहां पे जो पैकेज ड्रिंकिंग वाटर आता है, वहां पे अगर आप इस क्वालिटी का मिनरलाइज्ड वाटर प्रोवाइड करें एट सस्टेनेबल रेट्स एज कंपेयर टू योर कंपेटिटर्स, इस मार्केट को देखा जाए तो वहां पे एक आपको वर्ड्स ऑफ माउथ लोकल मार्केट में ग्रो करने को मिल सकता है, क्योंकि ऑडियंस वहां पे आपकी जो टारगेट होगी, जो लोग मिनरल वाटर पीते हैं, तो वो आपको वर्ड्स ऑफ माउथ के थ्रू बहुत अच्छे से ग्रो करने को मिलेगा. सेकंड, कमिंग टू द लाइसेंसेस, आप एग्रीकल्चर की बात करें, फूड एंड बेवरेजेस की बात करें, तो FSSAI का सर्टिफिकेशन बहुत जरूरी है. और ISO सर्टिफिकेशन की बात करें तो ये क्वालिटी मार्क सर्टिफिकेशन है कि आप किस टाइप की क्वालिटी या फिर किस आपका जो प्रोडक्ट या सर्विस है वो क्वालिटी बेंचमार्क पे कितना खरा उतरता है. तो ISO सर्टिफिकेशन लेना मेरे हिसाब से सही रहेगा. साथ ही साथ आप FSSAI सर्टिफिकेट के लिए भी ट्राई कर सकते हैं. थैंक यू.
Thank you, Taranjeet. One last question I ask to Mr. Siraj. This question is from Prakhar Gupta. He want to know which type of precautions should we take when we apply for funding from investor and government.
Thank you for this question, Prakhar, and congratulations if you are getting any funding from investor and government. See, the first thing that you should do, Prakhar, is get a legal team on board. If you do not have a legal team and you cannot get them on board, hire a third-party legal team who can guide you with the terms and conditions that are there in your investment or the deal or the contract that you are going to sign with the government or with some company. The other thing that you have to understand is that when you get a funding, of course, you will have to dilute your equity. So it cannot be, and mostly you dilute your equity equally amongst your co-founders, especially in the starting age or during your first funding startup. And people who have got this funding, who have got funding during their first seed fund or first line of funding, they will know that how it feels when you actually dilute your equity